It's Throwback Thursday, and today I'm going to show you my Stiffi. Here we go. It's the Warrior Stiffi. What a ridiculous name for a head, for a start. A group of people sat around a table and came up with the name Stiffi for a lacrosse head. I mean, just outrageous, isn't it? Who thought that was a good idea? Somebody thought it was a good idea. There was a number of people thought it was a good idea to name a lacrosse head as Stiffi. Ridiculous. Even more ridiculous was the fact that the Warrior Stiffi actually had, you can see here because there's bits exposed, you can kind of see it, had a kind of U-shaped titanium rod that went round the head. This came out in 2008. Now, the idea was it was going to make for a stiffer head. And I can't quite remember whether this was meant to be an offensive head or a defensive head. But, I nearly swore. What a dreadful idea. Because, of course, if this breaks, it's going to expose, bits of metal inside a head. It's just, I'm not quite sure it was well thought out, this. And the thing is that if it didn't break with the titanium rods, if it did bend, is it going to bend back? Because a lot of heads you can flex back, but if it's got titanium rods in it, when it's bent, it's bent. Now, kind of interesting flared sidewalls on this head. You can see this on a lot of Warrior heads, this kind of flared sidewall where wide on the outside and it flares inwards. You see a number of flared heads from Warrior at this time. But the name of the head is just ridiculous. The idea, not so great. I'm going to read you what the kind of advertising bump was at the time for the Stiffi. It says, "Welcome to the future of lacrosse with the world's first titanium-enforced head." There was actually a Revo tie as well, which would have been the defensive one. It says, "Stiffness matters. Every time you shoot, pass, or throw a check, you set stress on your head, causing it to flex side to side. The Stiffi head has a titanium rod infused directly into it, which prevents the head from torquing and twisting during play. More accuracy, more power, and quicker recovery. The new Stiffi is putting the competition to shame. The head has a window so you can actually see the titanium rod." The rod dramatically improves the stiffness in the head without adding any excess weight. This head also features the Warrior Easy Scoop that lets you pick up ground balls while on the run. Shouldn't be picking every ground ball upon the run. The flared and lower sidewalls increase ball control, accuracy and velocity. A recessed channel along the stringing of the head provides protection for the strings. The head is used and tested by the best players in the world in the MML to give you the best product available. Attack and midfield head was manufactured in 2008. I don't know how long this head was in manufacture for. I can't imagine very long. And I can't remember too many people, I don't remember seeing too many of these on the field. There was a time where you just see Warrior heads everywhere. That's just no longer the case. Despite what the people might tell you, it's just not the case. You don't see loads of Warrior heads everywhere. It's just a kind of weird idea that, someone would want to put a metal rod inside a head. I can't see this kind of tech ever coming back into lacrosse heads. Actually, when I was kind of doing a little bit of research on the Stiffi, I actually came across an interesting article here. Let's see if I can find it again. The article is by Casey Vock and not Casey Vock, I tell a lie. Carl DeWitt. I think I've bought a few items from Kyle over the years. I've certainly bought a few things from Casey as well, actually, for my vintage Vock collection. And this article is on the lacrossity.substack.com. Never come across this website before. But the article is entitled, "This Head Sucks." So it's I'm going to put a link in the down below for this article, because It is quite amusing, and it does kind of have a little dig at a couple other products on the market at that time. But it says, scale of trash. Performance-wise, it's a full-on miss. It's actually a lot like another Warrior head that had a cult following. See below, it mentions a few different things here. But yeah, usability, it says, you could probably use a Stiffi today, and it probably wouldn't be horrible if you locked in a room with a top-tier stringer and the promise of gross monetary compensation. So, you know, it's not just me hating on this head. There's other renowned lacrosse people in the community that also hated this head. So today's vintage vault, there we go, the Warrior Stiffi. Giggity, giggity.